sitting in front of the record shelf that used to be a ping pong table. And today I'm going to talk about the rock band from Canada, the Paupers. And the Paupers started in around 65 and went to about 68. And their first album, Magic People, came out in 1967. And in the band, we had Skip Prokop, who would later go on to do Lighthouse. And we had Chuck Beal on guitar and Denny Gerard on bass, this guy right here, and Adam Mitchell, one of the singers, on guitar and vocals. So when this album came out, I was around, it came out in 67, so I was 16 at the time, and I wanted to get a turtleneck sweater just like this one. And I did. And here's a picture of me in, I think, grade 12 or 13, and I've got a white turtleneck on, just like Chuck Beal from the Paupers. So the Paupers tried to put out a couple singles. Magic People, the title cut, was made into a single, but pretty well tanked in the US, and it was fairly big around our area. I remember listening to it. I'm going to, I started off this video with a little clip from Magic People. They like to play drums. Skip Prokop was the drummer. And at some point in the show, they would all grab, they had the snare drums or whatever in front of them, so they'd do this big drum thing. And it was like a live, they were really a dynamic kind of band. And the bass player, Denny Gerard, was known as this spectacular bass player. So early on, they came into the notice of Albert Grossman, who was Bob Dylan's manager, and they were booked into the Monterey Pop Festival. And during the film, there's a little clip of Adam Mitchell getting out of the plane, but that's all we see, because I guess they had a real disastrous set at Monterey. The bass player, Danny, became a little bit drug-induced, and an amp crapped out, a guitar amp, and I guess it was a disaster all the way down. So the group had some notable gigs along the way, opening for various acts, and of course, under the pressure of everything, and not being really able to make it financially, Denny Gerard had left. He was kicked out of the band because of drugs, from what I understand. And they got Brad Campbell in playing bass, and he would later play with the Cosmic Blues Band with Janis Joplin. And in desperation, they put out another album. They were on Verve Forecast. Albert Grossman got them on a 2-record deal with Verve Forecast. And this is their second album that came out, and it has Brad Campbell on bass, but it's not a very good album. It's kind of tanked. The band was in disarray, and it starts off really good with South Down Road, an 8-minute song, and that I thought, oh, this is going to be, and then it just went downhill from that. It's sort of a jamming song with lots of guitar and stuff, and then it just went down the tubes. But it came with an insert, and you could cut out all these figures and make a little flip book. And I have, there's a picture of them here in front of a psychedelic background here with the lights show and everything. And there's not too many photographs of the Paupers around, but I wore out my first copy of this one right here. And this is another one I got. I'm not sure if it's original. I don't really care. Probably not. I have a twofer on CD with the 2 albums on it. And I still listen to this album. I still love. I should say love. I love the Paupers. So that's just a little brief history on. They did a little bit of. They were a rock band, and they did a little bit of psychedelic stuff thrown in. They had some neat guitar jams and stuff. But unfortunately, being a band in Canada in the 60s, it didn't have a very high success rate of continuing on. But because of the 60s, there was also a lot of drug use. Well, of course, there was always drug use in rock and roll, but I mean, bands sometimes never stuck together that long anyways. But unfortunately, the Paupers never did. Oh, and one note, they came to our high school, and by that time, I was so disappointed. There was no original members in the band. They were just, it was a bogus Paupers band, and they were out trying to play off the name, but that was a real bum trip, that one. Went to the auditorium, and it was like, who are these guys? Anyways, so long. If you got a chance to pick up that album, Magic People, well worth a listen.